Hey guys, and welcome to a brand new video here on FPL Now. Today we're going to be going over my team selection for Game Week 24 and also any transfers that I'm thinking of making as well. So if you're excited for the video, make sure to drop a like down below, leave a comment, what players are you thinking of bringing in for Game Week 24, subscribe if you're brand new, and let's get into the video. So, starting things off, just going to go over a quick recap of how I ended Game Week 23. Finished on 80 points, a massive 30 points from my City players last night. It actually went from a red arrow all the way up to a green arrow. We're now on 19,000 in the world, so we're back on that push for the top 10k. But yeah, 80 points, not bad at all. Martinez picking up 7. Obviously, the defense just not doing anything. Porro with 1, Estepinian with 1, and then Burn with -1. So my defenders got a solid performance of 1 point between all three of them, which is absolutely diabolical. But luckily, everybody else kind of chipped in and did their bit. So yeah, Douglas Luiz got the 5 points. Again, really annoying that he got subbed at halftime, because I feel like there was another attacking return in his game. Plus, he didn't get like the clean sheet point and everything like that. So yeah, that was really annoying. I went over that in yesterday's video, but I'm assuming it was just simply because they were already up like 3. So I don't know why. He didn't feel like he needed to risk these players and stuff like that, but it was just really annoying. But either way, Douglas Luiz picked up 5 points. Foden, an absolute hero last night, picking up 20 points. He was only 50% effective ownership as well around my rank. A lot of people must have benched him or something like that, but a massive 20-point haul. Cannot complain at all with that. And then Palmer and Saka also chipping in. 8 points for Palmer, 9 for Saka. Haaland getting an assist on his return to the game, picking up 10 points. Should have been a lot more than that. He had a really good chance in the first half, and Flecken just saved it. If that went in, it would have been like another 8 points because obviously of the goal, maybe a bonus point there as well. So he could have finished on like 20, which would have been massive. But I mean, 10 points, it's not terrible. It just wasn't the best like captaincy option at all. In fact, any of my other attackers, barring Solanke and Douglas Luiz, would have come out with a much better score. So yeah, it was unfortunate, but you know, it is Haaland. He's capable of scoring hat-tricks like every game. It's just one of those. And then yeah, Watkins picking up 18 points, absolute hero as well. And then Solanke with the 2. And then my bench, Turner with 0, Gabriel with -1, which I was very happy did not come on. And then Kabore was 0, and then Salah was 0 as well. So yeah, all in all, like a pretty nice game week. I got a green arrow. I feel like you can't really complain if you get a green arrow, because obviously it's better than a red arrow, especially because I was on like a red arrow down to like 30 something k, like 35k or something like that. So to actually be on 19k at the end of the game week isn't bad at all, especially with the really poor start that I had with Porro, Estepinian and Burn. Like after the first like few games, I was on like 0 points from like 2 players. It was awful. It was really bad. I thought I had a massive red arrow in my future. So yeah, Foden and Haaland really getting me out of jail there. But yeah, I mean, the team just performed pretty well. Martinez was a nice differential as well, picking up 7 points. You know, when he does something well, and obviously Dubravka and Areola blank, which is exactly what happened this week, it's always very nice. So yeah, not a bad week at all. 80 points. Obviously, some people smashed it this week. People had Richarlison, obviously a better captaincy shout. You know, some people easily cleared 100 plus. So if you're one of those people that got triple digits, fair play. But yeah, very happy with my 80 points anyway. We're moving on to Game Week 24 though. This I think is got red arrow written all over it though, unfortunately. There's a lot of players that I'm kind of missing, that a lot of people are owning, and yeah, it's not looking too good. We've got Martinez, who's got Man United at home. You know, do they keep a clean sheet in this fixture? I don't know. I mean, they obviously just smashed Sheffield United, and United aren't exactly the best team. They did just beat West Ham 3-0, obviously. They have lost Martinez again, so that's already hurt their defense. But yeah, I don't know. I mean, like, Dubravka's got Forest away. I mean, Newcastle's defense is just like one of the worst this season, so I'm expecting Forest to score in that game regardless. And then I'm not sure who West Ham have got. Oh, they've got Arsenal at home, so all in all, like, they've all got like pretty bad fixtures. I mean, Newcastle's probably got the best, but at the same time, Forest away, I think Forest will definitely score in that fixture. I mean, we beat them away. What was it, like 3-1 or whatever, 4-1? I can't remember. But yeah, at home, I think we're even better. And yeah, like I say, Newcastle just don't look good defensively at all at the moment. But either way, Martinez with Man United at home. And then at the back, we've got Porro, who's got Brighton at home. Gabriel, who's got West Ham away. and then Estepinian, who's got Spurs away. So all in all, this defense just doesn't look that good to me at all. I don't think Spurs will keep a clean sheet. I don't think Arsenal will keep a clean sheet, and I also don't even know if Estepinian is going to start the game. Even if he does, I don't think he's keeping a clean sheet anyway. So yeah, I mean, from my defenders and my goalkeeper, I'm not expecting a lot. Probably all going to be blanking, which, you know, isn't exactly what you want to see going into the game week. I mean, obviously miracles can happen. Maybe they all come out with a clean sheet. Like maybe that Spurs Brighton fixture finishes 0-0, which would be absolutely perfect for me, but it is very, very unlikely that's going to happen. So not expecting too much from the back line and the goalkeeper moving into game week 24. In midfield, we've got Douglas Luiz, who's got Man United at home, Foden, who's got Everton at home, Palmer, who's got Crystal Palace away, and then Saka, who's got West Ham away. Palmer's not going to be my vice captain. I just haven't changed it yet, but the midfield's not looking too bad. Again, nothing crazy. I mean, the main plot holes in my team really are the fact that I have no Liverpool players who have got Burnley at home, and as well as that, I don't have like Richarlison and players like that are just popping off every single week. I've got Douglas Luiz, so obviously it's not great. But yeah, I mean, Douglas Luiz definitely capable of scoring against United. Like I say, their defense have just lost Martinez, so you know that's obviously going to be a positive for Villa going into that game. So yeah, I mean, he could always get a penalty as well. You never really know. I don't like benching a penalty taker, but I think my transfer this week might be for potentially Jota. It depends on the Salah news, really. If Salah's out, then I'll probably just bring Jota in. It depends, like, if Klopp's like, okay, he's going to be back for, like, game week 25, I still don't even know if I want to bring him in, if I want to keep him then anyway. I mean, I'll talk about it at the end of the video with the transfer section, but yeah, I think Jota is looking like a nice transfer this week. Burnley at home, obviously a really nice fixture. But yeah, Douglas Luiz, United at home, Foden with Everton at home. There's no way I'm benching Foden. I mean, Pep was talking of him really, really highly last night, said it's like his best season under him since they've been together, and I just don't see he's getting benched. And as well as that, he put out such an attacking team last night. He played Haaland, Foden, Alvarez, and Kevin De Bruyne, and also Bernard. I can't remember who else he played, but he played like all of these attacking players. And if he's going to do that a few more times and Foden's starting on that left, I think that's really, really good. So I'm quite happy holding him. Obviously, I've got him for the double, and he's just scored a hat-trick. I don't think he's going to get benched after scoring a hat-trick. I just don't think that's what's going to happen at all. But I mean, I'm not Pep, so I don't know. But either way, Foden, who's got Everton at home, and then yeah, Palmer with Crystal Palace away. I mean, this is like El Sakiko, isn't it, or whatever? Because both of these managers are literally on thin ice, and I think either one of them, whoever loses that game, could definitely be going the day after. So I feel like both teams very much need to win. I'm fine just playing Palmer anyway. He's been Chelsea's best player this season. He's on penalties, and he's just scoring in like pretty much every game. There's no reason not to play him. And then Saka, who's got West Ham away. Yeah, I mean, West Ham also not looking incredible at the moment, and Arsenal look, you know, really, really good. So yeah, hopefully Saka. And Saka's found that form again now. You know, his underlying data has been like really, really good. Now he's getting the returns and stuff, so that's really nice to see. The only annoying thing is, like, I've owned him that whole time, so I owned him like throughout all of his blanks and stuff, and now people have been bringing him in just because of like blanks and stuff like that and whatnot, and now he's like popping off, so it's really annoying, but it is what it is. And then up top we've got Haaland, who has Everton at home, Watkins, who's got United at home, and then Solanke, who's got Fulham away. So I mean, the strikers as well, like, again, it's not the best fixtures. Like I say, I'm not really expecting too much from this game week, really. I don't think I'll take a hit or anything like that, but there's a lot of different, like, moves that I could make. But either way, Turner on my bench, Newcastle at home, you know, he's lost his spot now anyway, so it doesn't even matter about him. Salah with Burnley at home, obviously would be playing him this week if he was fit. Dan Burn with Forest away, who also could have lost his spot. And then Kabore, who's got Sheffield United at home. Like, honestly, if Kabore was a sure starter, I would probably play him over Estepinian this week, but he's just probably not going to play that game, so it's not really worth starting him. So this is how my team is looking like on paper. Obviously, there are a lot of different transfers that I could make this week. Obviously, I've got 0 in the bank, so that's not a great start. But obviously, the one that, you know, jumps out at me is obviously bringing in Jota. He did just have a price rise. The thing is, though, like, it's a weird one because obviously, like, if I don't bring him in this week, it's just going to have more and more price rises. But the thing is, like, if Salah is back, does that then hurt Jota's minutes? Like, I really, really don't know. Like, his minutes have been okay, like 90, 67, 90. But as soon as Salah's back, like, it's probably all going to, like, change again. And I don't want to bring Jota in this week and then Salah's back for the double, and then I've just like lost like a really, really good double asset. I just feel like it's so risky. Like I just need Klopp to kind of give me that information and be like, oh yes, Salah's probably not going to be back for game week 24, but you know he's definitely back for 25. If he said something like that, I just wouldn't see the point of bringing in Jota. The only issue obviously is they've got a double then the final, so is Salah even going to play like all of those fixtures? Probably not. And then they've got City as well, and then I think they're going to blank in 29 again. I think it's very likely that they blank in 29, so it's not really like in my best interest to really keep Salah, just simply because there's a lot of money tied up with him. And, you know, if I do get rid of Salah for Jota, that's 4.6 mil. So I could easily bring in, like, loads of other players. Like, I'm not sure if I'd be wanting to bring Trent in just because of his, like, minutes getting managed and stuff like that. But, like I say, it just opens the avenue for, like, so many other options. Obviously, another thing I could do is just bring in Kevin De Bruyne. But at the same time, like, the Burnley... I feel like Liverpool definitely have a better double than City. And so I probably want to bring in at least 2 Liverpool players. So that's also like another interesting issue. So obviously that's one thing I could do, bring in Jota for Salah. Another thing that I could do this week is get rid of Estepinian. And I know that just doesn't sound smart because obviously the sea of green fixtures that he's got coming up. But it just like... The fact that he's probably going to be like getting benched and stuff, like I don't really need that, especially when I need definite players for game week 26. So one thing that I could do is get rid of Estepinian this week and bring in Doherty for not Doherty, Doughty, whatever he's called, the Luton player, Doughty. Bring him in. He's 4.5. Obviously he does double in 25. But he's just been so good. Like his numbers have been really, really good. He's been getting returns like pretty much every single game. The only issue is obviously the double isn't like ideal, but that would give me another doubler, and it would also give me like an extra 0.5 where I could like maybe upgrade Dan Burn or something like that just to somebody else so I can get rid of him out my team. But I don't know. It's whether it's worth it. Like 2 Luton players in defense just doesn't look good. So what the other option is obviously I could just roll this week, get rid of Porro next week with 2 free transfers, bring in Walker, which obviously I just have enough to do. And then, to be fair, I could also just bring in Doherty for Dan Burn that week and just, you know, just deal with... It was a bad transfer, it is what it is, but I would just have just enough to do that. And then I would have 1, 2, 3, 4 players blanking for 26. And then, obviously... I would have like quite a few doublers in 25. The only issue is obviously I have no Liverpool players, so I think it makes more sense to probably get rid of... Like this just kind of messes up my defense doing something like this. I just don't think it's like super worth it, and I think I'd much rather need to just get Salah out of my team. So I think if I'm going to do anything this week, it will probably be getting rid of Diogo Jota, and then in 25. Or 425, I just bring in like another doubler. And I can bring in anyone. You know, I've got 4.6 mil in the bank, so I can generally just bring in anyone. I can get rid of anyone. I can bring in anyone. So if that is also the case, then I may even take a hit and get in a couple of doublers. You never know. Because the other option is obviously to bring in Van Dijk. And I don't mind that move at all. I quite like the... I don't know why Van Dijk isn't showing up on the thing. I don't know, how do you spell Van Dijk? Oh my lord, he's just not showing up on the Liverpool defenders. Is he like, he's just out the game now? Oh yeah, it's Virgil, isn't it? It's not Van Dijk. So I could bring in Virgil for 6.3 for game week 25, and then obviously just not have to deal with the whole Porro situation. Because like I said, I mean, Porro has not been terrible. I mean, I probably wouldn't even get rid of Porro. I don't know, because Porro blank, so it probably makes sense to get rid of Porro actually. And yeah, bring in Virgil for that. As much as like... I would much rather get rid of Dan Burn or Estepinian, like neither of them blank in 26, so it doesn't really make sense. So if that's the kind of direction I go, I then have, how many doublers do I have in 25? So I have 1, I mean, I do have Kabore, but I mean, I might play him, but you never know. It depends if he gets some minutes under him. So I have 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 doublers in 25 if I do that, which isn't terrible. Potentially 5, depending on if Kabore plays. It's not awful, so I could always just take a hit. I mean, I've got 3.9 mil in the bank, so if that's also the case, then I may just take the hit and bring in, like, Kyle Walker in, as well. if he starts this next fixture, because then I would have another doubler. It'd be for a -4 hit, but I don't think it'd be the worst thing to do in the world. It's just, I mean, City's defense just hasn't been like incredible lately. And I mean, the double, like, are they keeping a clean sheet in either of those fixtures? To be fair, probably both. Like, Chelsea are completely on the rocks right now, and then Brentford at home is also a really nice fixture for City. They just obviously won 3-1 last night, so that's another thing that I could do, and that would give me 5 doublers, potentially 6 with Kabore, and I quite like that. And it just allows me to spread the funds. Obviously, Trent is another player that I could easily bring in instead of Van Dijk. But Van Dijk, you like guaranteed the starts. You guaranteed like the minutes and stuff like that. Whereas with Trent, it's a bit all over the place at the moment. So yeah, that would be triple City, double Liverpool, and then yeah. Apart from that, like obviously Tony could also be an option. Like Darwin Núñez could be an option and stuff like that. But it's getting into like quite a bit of hit territory there. To be fair, I may even not bring in Walker and just bring in like Núñez. But that's the thing, if Salah's back, there's just going to be so much like of a benching headache. And because Solanke may be doubling in 29 or whatever, or 28, whenever it is, kind of want to keep hold of him. But I think that's probably what I'm going to do, maybe. It just depends on the Salah news. So this week I'd get rid of Salah for Jota, and then probably bench like Douglas Luiz. And then the week after, bring in Virgil van Dijk, and then maybe also take a hit and get rid of Estepinian for Walker, and then have 4 doublers. That's probably what I'm going to do, but then I also have that. Like, 26 is also bad because I have Kabore, who's not going to play, Dan Burn, who's not going to play, most likely, Estepinian, who might not play, and then I also have 3 blank players as well. So that's like potentially 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 players not playing, which is not ideal at all. So I may just have to run into 26 with like just less players and just take the red arrow and just maybe attack the double, hope for the best, and then yeah, just kind of take the loss in game week 26. We'll see what happens, but that's kind of where my thought process is at the moment. But either way, hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you did, please do consider hitting the like button down below. It's trying to hit 50 likes. Leave a comment. What is your game week 24 team looking like? Subscribe if you're brand new. Ring the notification bell. It's everything from me, though. Have a fantastic rest of your day, and until next time, peace.